Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name's Kirby. You join me on this lovely rainy day. It's kind of stopped now at the minute, but you join me on a quick service. Actually, 2 services and a brake fluid change. Nice easy start to the week. That was bloody chewed up. It's not looking good. Oops. Right, so now you've got this fuel filter out, because this is how it comes. It's got this plastic casing on top. Just got to get a couple of these Torx 15 screws out, and then it's just a case of getting the cover off. A bit tight. Right, so that is off. New seal is on. Line that up. Press that in. We've also got a brake fluid service on this, so I'll pump the brake bleeder up. If you're wondering why I'm shaking a hammer around, I've already taken the nuts off of here, but the wheel is on there solid. So there we go. And you can see just all the corrosion built up on that, so we'll give that a clean up and a grease up afterwards. But now we need to get to this bleed nipple, which looks quite rusty. Let's spray this up with a bit of WD. Alright, we'll just see if it comes loose. Oh, that was nice. There we go, just open that up. Fluid's flowing down in the bowl. You can, or you're meant to, sort of start from the furthest away from the brake fluid reservoir, but also there are some manufacturers that will say you've got to do this one first. So I've always just bled it any which way. There's no air in the system, so should be fine. Just bleeding it out a little bit, a few 100 ml each corner, and yeah, we'll be done. Right, that's this side done. Bit of ceramic grease and all cleaned up on the inside of the wheel too. So yeah, next time this wheel needs to come off shouldn't be such a problem. Every single wheel has been stuck on. Right, pollen filter's done. That's down there. Everything's reset on the dash, and then all that's left is the Kerbside air freshener. Lovely. Right, I'm not going to show you the whole service on this one. It's pretty much the same thing, being a Ford, but I am going to show you the pollen filter on this one, because the customer has complained of a smell in the cabin. I've just gone to take this out, and just look at this. That is disgusting. That has not been changed for a very long time, and that'll be 2015 on there. Yeah, out with that one. We'll get a fresh man one. So if you're new to the channel, all I use is man filters because I think they're the best. If it's good enough for all the manufacturers, definitely good enough for me. So let's get this swapped out. Right, that 2 services and brake fluid is done. Just on my way to either fit a battery or a starter motor. Judging from what the customer said, it sounds like it should just be a battery. Yeah. So, but I've bought both. I've bought a battery and I've bought a starter motor, just because I'll go there, diagnose it and fix it all at the same time. Time's getting on a bit now. Started late, I faffed around, filming took ages, although you might not think it, depends on how the edit comes out. But yeah, we'll see you at the next one. Right, here we are, little Fiesta. Now I've already confirmed the battery is at fault. I put the key in the ignition and I heard just a very fast click, and then I put the jump leads on, confirmed it was a battery, not the starter motor. And I'm pretty pleased it is the battery, because we're parked right on this main road. So we'll get that swapped out now. Right, new VAR installed. Come round. In she goes. Happy days. We'll just check the alternator. Doesn't smell good. Welcome back. It is Wednesday. And you join me halfway through this Citroen C3 for a coolant leak. And like I said, I'm halfway through it, so I've got the DPF out, various pipes, fans, yeah, connects up here, and if we go down here, I'll show you from underneath. So this is the offending article, this oil cooler and oil filter housing. But there's the reason why I've got to take the exhaust out is there's this bolt here, that sits behind the exhaust. So yeah, that was a bit of a fiddle trying to get that out. The reason I haven't filmed it, because I just wanted to get it done. I've got to get back to that clutch from yesterday, so I've not filmed it. But yeah, this is what I'm doing, and you can see it's also been leaking oil there, leaking oil from the cam cover. So we're going to get this swapped out now. Yeah, change the seals, get on with it. Right, with the oil filter housing and cooler removed, firstly the seals, they're quite flat against the housing, so they're obviously worn, but this is the bit that was causing an issue. You can just see where it's all broken up, and this is the coolant ways. So yeah, that definitely was not going to seal. It's quite brittle, as you'd expect. Anyway, let's get these swapped out. Right, oil filter and housing and cooler is in, DPF is in, and the delivery is in. Second time this week, I've got myself a little sandwich. So yeah, that means I should be done with this in about an hour or so, hour and a half, because I've got to bleed up the coolant system, test drive it, make sure all the faults or the reason why she called me, everything is solved. So this was on last week's video. Basically, she broke down on the motorway, and the first sign of anything going wrong was no heat coming through the vents. And then when I got here, basically there was no coolant. Tested it, coolant was leaking. So yeah, just got to test all that. Right, we are all back together, everything on where it was, but a bit of a schoolboy mistake, purposely, I'd say purposely mistake, but I didn't pressure test the coolant system after putting the cooler back on and the pipes. I've just gone ahead and whizzed through it. So I've got this little bleed nipple off the thermostat. There's another one back here I'm going to try and get to. And then all you've got to do is pour coolant into the reservoir, wait until it comes out, put the bleed nipples back in, and that should be good to go. Hopefully no leaks. Good morning everyone. It's Thursday and it's my last working day of the week because I've got my granddad's funeral tomorrow. already been out this morning to have a quick scan of a Mercedes C-Class estate. Had an air mass fault, had a similar fault about a few months ago. Air filter was knackered. So yeah, I haven't done any diagnosis. I just said I'd have a quick look, so it might just be the mass airflow sensor on that. Just picked up some parts from Audi for a job we're doing today, and then we're going to head off to do a service now for my mate's dad. I think it's just an oil change. He's got the bits from Mercedes, and yeah, don't know how much I film of it. One, it's a service. Two, he's always out having a chat with me. And then we've got this fuel flap solenoid, and then we've got another service for another mate's dad, and then we've got to be back up the unit to finish that Qashqai. What a nightmare. Yeah, let's go. Right, next up we've got this Audi Q3 for a fuel flap solenoid. Just one of these, because we can't get the fuel flap open no matter what you try. And before any... Right, I've lost some footage here, but what I was about to say was, before anybody says anything, yes, there is a red tab that you can pull, but when she stopped at a petrol station, someone pulled up in a van, tried to help, and yanked the pull cord too hard and broke it. So no, I could not get in that way either. Right, I've managed just to pull that open, and I think it has saved this cap. And that is the faulty article, so that is meant to push in and twist once it comes out. But there. Okay, let's figure out how to actually replace it. Right, after just stripping this back, I can't see it that way, so I'm going to try and see if it'll it's underneath the wheel arch trim. There's probably loads of Audi or other mechanics going, it's in the wheel arch, but I've got to thread that cable through as well, so yeah, let's see. It's not even up there either. If you look, it's got to be taking this out then, isn't it? Hey. Right, one flap out, and I didn't need to remove any of the stuff I removed, so I just made a lot more work for myself basically. But yeah, this one's out. I did hear a snap on the way out. These two tabs look okay. That looks a bit broken, and that one's definitely broken, so yeah, good job we have got a new flap, and it was really inexpensive. I'll have to have a look on the invoice, but yeah, weren't that much. So, and this is the fuel flap solenoid just bolted on there. Right, so this is the red tag, and that's just got to go through that little hole in the body just in there. Could I have done that? Yep, still didn't need to take the trim off. I was trying to justify taking this trim down and say, oh, I wouldn't have been able to get this cable through, but I would have. Never mind. That's swapped over. Got to swap over the fuel cap, and there we go, all built back up. And this is what it should do. See the angle of it there, how it lines up with that hole, goes in, twists that way, comes out, goes that way. Done. Make sure it locks. Don't know if it'll lock with the boot, but it will. Unlock. Job done. Just got to pull all this back now. Right, so I've finished that, but I also did a service before I come here for my other mate's dad. Actually, this is my mate's missus' car, and I serviced his dad's car, his BMW 3 Series. And let me just get this filter out for you. This is all that's left of the filter. Yeah, to say it was due is an understatement. So just drop the oil out of that, and yeah, that's me done for the day. Or actually no, it ain't. I might have to go up the unit to finish that Qashqai. So I bought a adapter kit for the brake pressure bleeder. It's meant to be coming from Amazon today, but I don't know if it's actually here yet. So I'm going to check my Ring doorbell and go from there. Right, and with that, that is my last job of the week, barring going to finish off this Qashqai, which you'll see in a separate video. Yeah, I've got about an hour and 10 minutes drive to go home because I'm in London all of today. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed just seeing what I get up to during the week. Like I said, there's not too much detail on a lot of jobs. It's just a basic what I get up to. Follow me around for the week, and yeah, you'll see more detailed videos like the Qashqai separately. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, comment, like and subscribe as usual, and I'll see you on the next one.